Hello friends, welcome back to another video. If you're new and not subscribed, I'm KAYLA BAME, and you should really think about subscribing to my channel because the bestest things in the world happen when you do that. So subscribe. For today's video, I'm bringing you guys something that a lot of you have been asking me to do since the last one I did. And the one before that, and the one before that. That's your hint. Can you guess what video I'm doing? I'm doing another voiceover for one of my mom's DIYs. KAYLA BAME Creations doing a Kelly Barlow Creations voiceover. Let's just jump into it. Okay, so for this fantabulous Throwback Thursday DIY, you're gonna need the biggest mason jar to have ever been sold ever. This is an extra large mason jar because we're gonna be making a lamp. If you get a regular sized mason jar, your lamp is going to be way too small. And now we're gonna take this project on over to the kitchen, specifically the kitchen sink. And then you're just gonna balance your mason jar in the sink here with the towel underneath just to make sure that that bad boy's not going anywhere. See, as I shake it, didn't go anywhere. And then you're gonna get some black tape and you're gonna put it at the very bottom of the mason jar. I have no idea what this is gonna do, but since KB Creations is doing it, you have to do it, okay? I would imagine that in her video, this is the part where she explains why she's putting black duct tape on the mason jar. I, however, am not a professional and have no idea what that piece of tape is doing there, so just put it there. That's the best explanation that I can give you right now. Okay, now you're gonna put on your glass handling gloves, turn on the water, and try and drill a hole in the mason jar. I'm 100% certain that there is a reason why she was doing this in the sink with the water on and duct tape. But I am not a scientist, so I don't know what this does. All I know is that it works because the mason jar that I have in my room has a perfect hole in it and the glass is not cracked. So just do it. The only advice that I can give you here is that if you crack the glass, you did it wrong. So maybe you might want to get a couple of extra mason jars on the side because once you crack it, there's no way you can fix it. So maybe just get a whole case of mason jars and try this method out. So the master, KB Creations, of course, was successful in drilling a hole in the mason jar. So now she took the tape off and the water is still running. So she's gonna just make that hole nice and crisp because we need to try and fit wires and stuff through here. And so just keep at it and you'll get a hole like that. And I'm just going to assume that this might have taken a while just based off of the amount of times this clip has cut. It took a while to get a hole that perfect. The drilling process is a slow process, so don't rush it, okay? You'll get there eventually. So if you're me, you might have been wondering, oh, am I just gonna use a regular drill to drill through the glass? No. There's special cutter glass ceramic marble drill bits, so get those. And now, onto something that I'm actually good at, paint. You're gonna get some black and white chalk paint, okay, because you know KB Creations, she's gonna take some of that white paint, add a little bit of that black paint, because she just loves mixing paint, and you're gonna get a really cool gray color for this lamp. And of course, you don't have to make it the exact same color. If you don't like the colors that we're using, don't complain about it, just go get a different color paint, okay? And once you've figured out what beautiful color to paint your mason jar, you're gonna put a nice, clean coat on every single inch of this mason jar. And you're also gonna wanna make sure that you have a lot of paint because as you can see, this mason jar is quite big, so it's gonna require you to mix some more paint. So if you're mixing paint, you better make sure you mixed enough because you might run into the problem where you ran out of paint. I'm also not very good at mixing paint myself, okay? It's one of my many flaws, but when I run out of paint that I mix, there is no way I'm gonna get the same exact color if I try mixing it again. So I make excess amount just to ensure that I will have the same exact color paint for the whole project. And now we have one beautiful coat of paint on our mason jar. And then you're gonna grab this Crackle Medium Folk Art paint. This stuff is really cool. You're gonna add some texture to this lamp because we don't want it to be just a boring old gray color. So now you're gonna put a coat of the Crackle paint onto the lamp. I know it looks like a clear coat, but it's actually not a clear coat. It's going to do some cool things later, okay? I swear. This is kind of like the nail polish that I wore in middle school. You know, they had the Crackle Art nail polish that you would put after the coat and it would make it look like you chipped all your nail polish off. That's kind of what this Crackle paint's gonna do. It's basically the same thing. So if you can't find this folk art version, just look for the Crackle nail polish paint and it'll give you the same exact effect that we're looking for here. And after you got a nice coat of that Crackle gloss on, you're gonna paint over with another color. Our choice was white, and the Crackle color will work its magic and start crackling away. It's almost like performing a magic trick. You put the white on and then all of a sudden it starts crackling and everybody's like, whoa, how'd you do that? And you're like, oh, it's folk art, man. Or you don't say that because then they'll never know the magic trick of the Crackle paint. And before we could even get a full first coat on, it's already crackling. See, it kind of looks like it's about to chip off almost. And don't forget about that hole back there. I don't know why that's important, but there is a hole, okay? The hole is there still. Just remember, there's a hole. And the Crackle was just a little bit too intense for us, so we started to sand it out to make it look not so crackly. But you know, if you're bold and you like bold crackling, you can skip this step. This one time, you can skip the step. It'll be okay. It also might be possible that she was just sanding certain spots to make it look more distressed, as she would say. I'm not entirely sure what's going on here, but she's sanding certain parts, so maybe don't skip this step. I think you might need to do this step to make it look country. And now we're gonna show the mason jar lid a little bit of attention. I bet you forgot about this part. It's still part of our project here. So you're gonna take the rim of the lid and trace out a circle. If you can't make a perfect circle, we used a nickel. This is a cool tool. It kind of looks like a screwdriver. I'm not entirely sure what it is, but we're just gonna go with screwdriver. And then you're gonna take a hammer and you're gonna hammer out this hole, okay? Hammer it away so we can have an empty space in our lid. Now, I have to be honest, when you're done, the hole is not gonna look very good. It's gonna look like that, which is not very good at all. But KB Creations knew this, so she got a pair of pliers and she started to, it looks like, flatten out the circle. I don't know if this is gonna make it look better, but I'm pretty sure that this part isn't gonna be shown, so it'll be okay, guys. Just keep on going even though it still looks like this. And now, in order to match the rest of the lamp, you're gonna need to paint the whole lid the same color as your lamp. That's why I said you needed to make sure you mixed enough paint, because we still got things to paint for this lamp. And I'm not an electrician or anything, but they sell these cool lamp kits on Walmart, so we just got one of those because that seemed like the easiest way to put together a lamp. And this is what our lamp kit looks like. Very confusing, I know. I wouldn't want to do that, but these lamp kits are easy, so do it for this DIY. Okay, now it's time to wire the lamp up. You're gonna shove the cord through the lid hole because that's gonna be the top of the lamp. And then remember that hole that we put in the back? You're gonna run the cable through that hole as well. And ours is a pretty long cord, so it took her a while to run it all the way through, but once we did, it should look like that. So she started putting together the plug. I don't know why. She was twisting the wires. Maybe that has to do with a wiring thing. I don't really know. I'm pretty sure that she was just following the instructions that came with her lamp kit. So you're probably gonna have to do the same because I don't know what's going on here. So you're on your own for this part, okay? You're gonna have to Google it or something because I have no idea how to wire a lamp. And by the looks of it, whatever she did, it worked because we have light. See? The light bulb is working. Now, where the light bulb goes, it's not very stable, so you're gonna get out some Gorilla Glue and you're gonna glue around where that light bulb is gonna set because you don't want it falling apart in the middle of the night when you're trying to turn your lamp on, do you? No. So get the Gorilla Glue and glue that bad boy up. And unfortunately, we're not DIYing our own lampshade. You're just gonna have to buy one from Walmart or something because that is just something we don't cover for this DIY. And you can decorate it however you want. We have these flowers that are freshly picked from the garden. They're definitely not plastic at all. They're fresh flowers. See, look at them. Blue, fresh flowers. That's what we wanted for this lamp. And then we just took some hot glue and started decorating the lamp. You don't have to use flowers, but if you want it to look good like ours, you should use flowers like that. Then you're gonna put your lampshade on, screw in the light bulb, and that's it. This DIY is done. You're free to put your lamp on a table now because it's a working lamp. Congratulations, we made a lamp. And what a beautiful lamp that is. Gorgeous mason jar rustic lamp. Okay, that's it for today's video. I think that's the best mason jar lamp that I've ever seen in my entire life. And no, I'm not biased just because I have one in my room right now. They're great lamps, okay? So do the DIY. It's a great DIY to do. But if you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and leave in the comments down below what you thought of today's voiceover. I thought it was great, as it always is, okay? But I'll see you guys back here next week. Peace.